Hey guys, welcome back. It's a brand new year, 2022. Hope you guys had a great Christmas and New Year period. This week we go into just a few of the goals that we want to achieve this year. I have a whole bunch of rants about all of that and bits and pieces. We have our first scammer, which was a lot of fun, and I go into some of the processes that we are going through with sorting used parts, and where we might be heading for that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, first vlog of the year. We had quite a good break. Not too much work got done in the business. We did quite a fair bit of thinking about where we want to be and what we want to do this year, and a few of our processes, and trying to improve that over the break. So that's stuff we'll probably be implementing in the next couple of weeks. Had a really good break. That was the whole design of the going away for a couple of weeks, which was really good. Currently it's Sunday morning. What is it? The 2nd. It's about 10 to 7 in the morning. Who gets up this early on a Sunday? In the last couple of days I actually put my back out, so I've had trouble sleeping. Just a lower back thing, and it was something so trivial. I think I just chucked something in the recycle bin and I just bent, and it wasn't even a weird bend, it just all of a sudden it was a bit of a tinge, and then so I've had fun sleeping and moving around, but due to that I decided to part out the first set, or just keep moving. Good thing about Lego is it's really light, and I've often found that when I've had issues with back pains and stuff like that, keeping moving, and just not just staying still for too long is what I found works for me. Some people find that resting up, real big key to it, but so first thing we did, the best deal we've got so far is this here. 20 points for who can guess it. No takers? No. We got 3 of these. Now these were on sale. It must have been like a Boxing Day sale or something of that nature at the warehouse at our local retailer. So we got 3. They were going for, they retail about $1.99 New Zealand. We got these at 99, I think, or something like that. It was half price. It was something I was actually going to sort the car out for, and Pip messaged me. She seen it first and she was like, holy crap, this is half price. And the piece count in it, one of our biggest things this year we're going to be doing is trying to get that piece count to 250,000 parts. I'm going to try for 250. That's a $250,000. That's my big goal for this year. So to do that, we're going to need some big uploads. We're going to need consistency. So it's going to be a big year. But this year, 3 of them I think came in at just over 5,000 parts. So I've just been, yesterday I spent maybe about 3 or 4 hours just sort of back and forth from the garage, putting away the drawers that we had already existing parts of and stuff like that, and just taking my time. No big rush, because obviously I try not to work on the weekends. I try to spend that with family, but I'm not really much used to either right now. So so that's what I'll be first going through, and I'm sure Pip will come in a couple of hours and probably see how I'm doing, and explain, more so some of the things that we went away and thought about, and the differences that we'll be doing in the coming weeks. So exciting times. Alrighty, you just missed our chicken go nuts. Yep, still going off. All of these are done. This is all our new drawers, so there's quite a fair bit to this lot. That's not part of it. Yeah, there's a big chunk to this lot. I think I'm just finishing all the last little bits. I didn't actually realise as well, in the set, it'll be somewhere here. You get a large cape too. For Harry Potter. I had no idea. I didn't even look at it. It just looked like you got the sort of the minifigure. Well, I don't know, a maxi figure, massive thing, and yeah, you got a big cape as well. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So just heading down the bottom. Nutty chicken. 232 different drawers. Just over $1,000 worth of parts. Just over 5,000 parts altogether. These here, not including these over here, are all going to need to relocated. So I'm going to need to do that. And yeah, it's helping my back quite a bit getting the work done. So it's a win-win. But yeah, so let's carry on, get that uploaded and up for sale. Send out the notifications, and that's all good to go, and put all these drawers away. That's my next job.
Hey guys, it is Tuesday, 4:35. I'm a bit out of whack with days. I've just done all this coloured stock to restock for the new year. Tony's in the process of putting them on Trade Me. I've done all my work for the day, so I went and bought a fan because it's just ridiculously hot, and I'm about to watch Yellowstone episode 10, so that's a bit exciting. But yeah, welcome back everyone. This is the first little vid from me. Hi. So yeah, so I will no doubt do shipping tomorrow because couriers are working again tomorrow, so you'll hear from me again tomorrow. But welcome back to the new year.
Alrighty, Tuesday afternoon, and I'm back in the garage, just pottering away with jobs for the past few days while my back gets a bit better. I forgot when starting the vlog on Sunday that the public holidays, New Year's Day and New Year's, the day after New Year's, in New Zealand here, the public holidays are observed on the Monday and the Tuesday following if they fall on a weekend, so they get what's called Mondayized. So Monday, Tuesday for us was a public holiday, so no shipping, so no real urgency for things on a daily structure. So I've been having my kids a bit more as well, which has been good, and been just doing stuff with the family. So, but still remaining doing a bit of work. As Pip would have just mentioned before, she's given me the coloured bags to put into the stock room. I've gone ahead and put them into the Trade Me store. These pink leaf post-it notes are just basically numbers to help with product numbers. But yeah, they're all packaged up, ready to go. I'm going to put them away because that took a bit of a hiding over the last few weeks of the year. So I'm going to put them away in the corner there and get that job done. And then I'll probably continue uploading used parts. I've been working on this is one of the biggest conundrums I've always had in uploading used stock, and this is something that other Bricklink owners probably have the same deal, and that's what's the best way to upload used Lego? Is it breaking it down into categories and then uploading it that way? Is it there's so many different ways about doing it. We have one method that we've always used and we've never uploaded, well, not really tried too hard on the uploading front of used parts, and that's our sorting table over there. And we sort it into colours, and that's how we sell our used stock, and then we take the minifigures, they go into that wall there, and we market in our Trade Me store. But I've been playing with a few other ideas. One of them is, so basically I got a used lot before Christmas, and a lot of the structures in the lot were still quite apparent what they were. Attack of the Weathertop was in there, TIE Fighter. There was all these different things, and I was able to backwards calculate what sets I had in front of me. I didn't have a hell of a lot of minifigures, so it made the decision easy to not want to build the sets, because there was a lot of value tied up in some of those. Attack on the Weathertop is a Lord of the Rings set. I think it's worth about 270 New Zealand on Bricklink, but the minifigures alone are worth about 150 odd, so without them it made no sense to sell it as a complete set. So what I did was I took stock of what was there in front of me. I printed out a set list on Bricklink, and I took stock of what was in front of me, and then I put it in our cleaning process, cleaned it all, and now I have a sheet of paper with the pieces in front of me of what it is. And instead of deciding to upload, like input random pieces, say of plates, of slopes, all that sort of thing is what I've tried before, I just put in the set number and went down the same process as I did with new sets. And although it's only parting out one set, it still, for me, time-wise, was worth it. I think yesterday I spent maybe about 2 hours, and I was able to put into stock about 4 sets, about 1,100 parts all up. So for 2 hours worth of work, a lot of different lots, to me so far that's the best way. Of course, that's not going to be helpful when I have to go hunting through a used lot to build up the set again, because that's going to be time. So I think it's I think maybe 50% of the time when we get our used lots, there's structures in there that you can quite easily see what you have, and about 50% of the times you can't see what you have. So that's going to work sometimes, and maybe sometimes I'll just go back to doing this way and putting in new stuff. But got any ways, I've watched videos, countless videos. I've looked into other stores. If anyone's got any ideas on the best way to upload used stuff, or what works for you, or whether you're quite happy for it to take a long amount of time, let me know. It's always good having a discussion about it and seeing what the other ways are, but so far that's the best way I've found. So hopefully I'm hoping to get about 10 used sets into the store this week, maybe about 2,000 parts. So that's probably the most I've ever got in used stock into the store in 1 week. So that says it all, really. So I'm just going to keep plodding along, keep trialing and erroring different things, and this is the way we're going to try it for now and see how that works. And I'll obviously let you all know how my progress goes. So fun times, but some coloured bags in the stock, and I'll probably go back to my computer and do more of those used sets, and carry on with my afternoon. Alrighty, Wednesday morning, finally back at it. So I'm going to finally get these orders picked and ready for Pip to package up and send off. I haven't got too much. I believe we sort of got about maybe 10 Trade Me orders, and maybe about 5 or 6 Bricklink ones. It's sort of like the quiet period for us, and it was the same last year, and I'm pretty sure it was the same the year before. So we knew that going into this, and it's a good excuse to have a holiday, really, because then we don't have to come back for a huge amount of work. I have been working, as I've said before, on stuff outside on the business rather than working in it, and also doing a few bits in it. Excuse me. One funny thing, this is the Attack of the Weathertop set that I did last night, and I put it into the shop. But one funny thing that I found, and I had to do a little bit of research to see if there was an issue. I've boiled it down to a manufacturing thing, but these greys for this one and this one here, they look like the normal grey, the normal light grey, and not the light bluish grey. These here are light bluish grey, so it's almost like they had two greys in the set. I've boiled it down to a manufacturing issue, mainly because, doing a little bit of research, these pieces didn't even come in light grey, but they look light grey. I don't know if the camera's doing it any justice, but there's a light grey piece, well, what I would describe as a light grey piece, and a light bluish grey piece. There's a slight difference there. And checked out the model just to see fading or something like that, and there was no sun damage, no anything like that. I'm not sure why these are a slight difference in colour than those, but yeah, they're still light bluish grey. These here come in a light grey, but yeah, I made an executive decision to have them listed as light bluish grey like the rest of the model, because it looks to me that this is just a manufacturing thing. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have had that sort of issue before as well, where you've gone, hang on a minute, like it's definitely what it is. Like, there's no way that this person ordered, you know, all of these pieces and they were a different colour, and yeah, it's just, it makes no logical sense, me trying to calculate other outcomes. But yeah, it'd be interesting to hear if other people have had not issues with just this set, but other sets where they've got two different greys, two different reds. I know that we sold a Ninjago, it was one of the Ninjago cars in the new set. I can't remember what it was, but it was like an X Charger or something like that, X1 Charger or something like that. And we did it as a review video, and we sold it the full set. And the person came back to me, she emailed me and said, after winning the auction, she put the set together when she received it, and she said some of the reds were different, slightly different colours, and the car's only ever been stored in this garage. It hadn't gone into direct sunlight. It had only been out of the box for a couple of weeks. I didn't even notice it when I put it together, but yeah, you get the same colour sometimes with a slight difference, and it's usually all of the same piece, but it's a slight difference in colour due to manufacturing. That's the only thing I could boil it down to. I said to her in the end that we hadn't got any more parts for that thing, but it was definitely the parts for the car. I didn't mix any parts up or anything like that. So yeah, just be interesting. Now that's the second sort of time I've brushed up against what I would deem to be, or what I can only assume is a manufacturing thing. And I did a little bit of research, but I haven't done whole hog and going into Reddit and stuff like that to figure out the actual answer. But it'd be cool to see if anyone else has had some issues with that. But yeah, time to get back to get some of these orders picked. Alrighty, so I picked the few orders that are going out. Just real small stuff, real basic stuff, minifigures, right the way through. I've got a Darth Maul there, Steve from Minecraft, a Star Wars one, Ninjago, a couple of castles, and a couple of Harry Potter ones. Real basic stuff for our minifigures for our Trade Me store. We also have made an adjustment with how we do our monthly box. We're selling them now solely through our Trade Me store, so they should be going out with this sort of stuff as well once they actually get produced and made and all the rest of it. But yeah, we didn't have too much. I think we ducked down to about maybe 230 odd listings over the Christmas period, because we reached a point before Christmas and we decided, well, we've done enough, you know. And we went on holiday probably the week prior to Christmas to get away from everyone. All our Christmas presents were done, the kids were dealt with. So that was our chance where we got away for a good week and stayed out with Pip's sister in Carterton, which was really good. So we did that, and then the week that there was obviously Christmas Day week, which I think was about the 26th, 27th onwards. That was a bit of a quiet week as well. In terms of work, we came back, we did a little bit, not too much. Pip fell off a horse, so while she was away, so she was quite sore, and so didn't get too much production out of her. But we did a bit of brainstorming and into the stuff we wanted to achieve going forward, and we made a few adjustments, and they'll be coming in the few weeks. But we've also finally done our file cabinet for the instruction books, so now it's a whole lot easier to find half the books. We figured once we got the filing cabinet, we got the little slips and inserts and the labels and stuff like that, and it all was going tickety-boo. 2-drawer file cabinet, it did half the stuff. We've still got a good, probably half, maybe even more than half of the books not away. So now we have something of a bit of a pile over here, and I imagine other people have something like, I don't know what other people's even underneath other people's instruction books look like, whether they just chuck them out. I mean, some of them aren't worth much, but in my experience with instruction books, just looking on, they do sell okay. They're not exactly done to sell at all, but some of them do sit around for a bit. But my experience with instruction books, give it a couple of years and they tend to start selling. We get used instruction books that we still sell, and they sell okay. They actually sell all right. They're usually of the more sought after sets, but I think people find that once they start to put those things back together and they try and get their books and stuff, then they become of more value to people. But we've got heaps over there, and the one time that people buy the books, it's like a 5-minute hunt for where it is. I think previously I've sorted them into categories, but it's just not enough, especially when you get sets every week and you're sort of putting piles to the side, and it just all catches up. So yeah, we've got, just throw the camera around. We've got a file cabinet now with a couple of drawers. We'll probably get another one because that worked really well. It's nicely organized. It's got its set numbers above it. It's all categorized. And we've also got a sticker book. So I started with the idea of and I will show you, but I started with the idea, well, I'll go get it now. So I got the, this is so far what we've got. Now this is, I used to have cards, so this was perfect. This was the start of the idea, and I pretty much, and it's shout out to Brick Arena, I looked at what he had done and I was like, oh man, that's just genius. I had the idea of possibly going down, well, before this I actually had clear files. I had like 20-page clear files, and that was the extent of it, and each sticker got its own page, and it was just loose in there, like same size as this. It was just one page and it just stuck in there, and obviously that fills up reasonably quickly. I think we've got about 60 or 70 old stickers, so it fills up pretty quickly. But now we've gone down to this, and I found this idea from Brick Arena when I was watching, because I watch his vlogs every week, and he went away and organised his. He must have had the same issue at some point, I don't know, but he went away and organised his, and he came back with a something of this nature, with the little pockets, and I've also got, we tried to find these online. We tried to look on Trade Me or something like that, and couldn't really have any luck. Everything was, you buy it and you sort of get it from overseas and you have to wait quite a while. So if you're in New Zealand, Spotlight, this is where I found this, and they're not that expensive. One, for some reason, was on a stupidly ridiculous price of about $2, but I think the other one was a more reasonable, what you'd normally pay was about $11, and I don't know how many sheets you get. Maybe 12, I'm not sure, but yeah, you get quite a few sheets in them. Yeah, not sure, haven't opened them yet, but these will slot in. Now they're quite, they're a little bit bigger, so I'm going to have to change my clear file, which I'm completely fine with, but it's a resolution. I did have a think about photo album, because this 4x6 sort of sizing seemed like a good idea, and you turn the page and stuff like that. And I actually went out and bought a photo album. Then I had to play around with it, and it was just too loose in the pockets. The pockets weren't strong enough to hold the quantities of stickers. It'd be good if it was just the one, but it was just quite loose in the pockets. So yeah, so that's where that ended up. Threw that idea in the bin and went back to the drawing board, and this is what I've come up with. So I've got to spend a little bit of time finishing this. I'll probably go out and find an appropriate size clear file, and then I'll work backwards and put them all in the one clear file, and this one will just probably go back to where it came from. But yeah, so that's the outcome. That's what my stickers looks like. It's a lot more organized. Again, same with the instructions. I had no real way of organizing it. Pip's got this filing system over here, and I'm allowed this one drawer, which now has a Star Wars set in it, but this had all my stickers, and it was labelled Tony's Drawer. And they were just loose in there. And again, once... Oh, there it is there. I think we've just gone and put the stickers on the next drawer down, the label for it. But yeah, it was just loose in there, and all the stickers were flying around, and they were still kept in good condition. They're still, it's all the same stuff. It's not like you're packing heavy stuff on top of light stuff. It was all just sheets of stickers, and again, when I went to go sell one, I had to go hunting, and I had to go through them, and it became an issue. So to save time and to manage stock inventory, because once I've done this, I could probably guarantee that once I go through all of these sticker sheets, I'm probably missing a couple. I highly doubt that all of them are there, and that's just due to the fact that they've sort of just no care in how they're kept. So far, it's looking like they're all in great condition, like perfect condition. But I'll probably wear the cost of losing a couple of sticker sheets because they're just not kept in an appropriate manner. And it's about scaling as well. When you're starting out and you sort of got a few sticker sheets, it's not that big of a deal. I filled up a clear file, wasn't that big of a deal. I thought, oh yeah, it's all right. But as we've gotten bigger and done more and more sets, it's just getting to this out of control mess. So that's one of the issues that we've found, and I'm happy that we've finally got a resolution for that. So yeah, it'll be good to have it well organized. But yeah, that's my sticker sheet rant over. Onwards to the Bricklink orders and picking those. So I've done the Bricklink orders. I've got this little one here. Some greens and stuff here. Another tyre. A couple of used, and some blues and limes. Quite a few bulks right here. Nothing real major. I've got a little wee order here. A few of these Technic bits. Some of these slopes and some tiles, and then this order here, which is mainly just made up of, there's about 17 odd of those bricks and just a few other bricks and stuff. So yeah, as you can see, reasonably small. We've got one more order that is yet to be picked, but I don't think that they'll pay today, because usually they take a few days to pay, which is cool. So I'll probably look to pick that maybe this afternoon. That's about maybe about $40 odd worth, $40 or $50 worth. So that was not a bad one. But yeah, no, it's overall we knew it was going to be quite slow. I mean, it's to be expected. Everyone's out there enjoying the sun rather than inside playing with their Legos. Yeah, so that's just that in a nutshell. Means that we're able to catch up reasonably quickly and smoke out all the orders and move on. From past experiences, I think that this week should be relatively slow as well, and then we'll probably find sort of mid to late next week they'll start to go back into the normal trajectory of things, and you'll start to see the normal amount again, as people go back into their normal work lives and go away from the holiday period. But yeah, so yeah, we'll keep pushing stuff out, keep uploading, use this downtime wisely, and keep moving forward. But yeah, pips are still to come out yet. I'll probably give her a hand with shipping and the way of printing labels and stuff like that, because even though they're smaller orders, there's a number of them all in one go. So if I handle putting the input into the computer to print out the labels, then it saves her a job, and it helps her do that a lot faster. So that's what I'll be doing. And then probably the last two or three days of the week, will probably be uploading stock and going into the bits and pieces that we've been up to, around the time off we've had. So yeah, so we'll go into all of that. I think this vlog will be pretty much just a bit of a catch-up vlog and a bit of my ideas coming out of my brain and what I'm thinking and where we're going for the next wee while. So yeah, we'll carry on.
Good morning. It's Thursday. I have no real coffee because I fucked up the groceries and I took them up at 11 instead of 9, so it's no real coffee this morning, so it's sad, but I got all my dates confused because of Christmas. This is also the first time this week I think I've been out of bed by 9 o'clock, so yay, go me. Let's have a look. So Tony's done all the shopping for me, picked everything ready to go. Thought he was being helpful by already printing a label, so that was nice of him. It's more like, don't touch my computer please, but that's okay. Yeah, we had a lot happen over Christmas. We had all the kids, which was cool. I fell off my sister's horse and came back absolutely battered and bruised. Thought I broke my thumb, but it turns out it was just badly bone bruised. So that's still really sore. It's slowly coming back. What else? We've just, had all the kids after kids traipsed through. Mr. 17's back at work and starts his uni course on the 17th. Mr. 14's at Granddad's for the night. Mr. 5 is here, and Mr. 10 went home yesterday, so we picked him up again in a week. So we're going to try and actually get some proper work done this next few days, because we also next week have baby Jordan and Lucas for the weekend. So let's get through some work. Got to get the monthly box out. Yeah, but I will carry on to do shipping. This is all just from yesterday because we did shipping yesterday as well. So this is all overnight stuff. So it's a bit exciting. But yeah, I'll get this done and get this out, and then I think we're off to the pools with Mr. 5, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I will see you soon. Alright, 9:40, shipping is done, all in there, so I'll put that at the door, and I think we're off to the pools for about an hour, then I'll pick up the groceries, maybe get a real coffee then, and then back to work. So I think Tony's got a list of stuff written down for me for today, which is a bit dumb because I've been enjoying being on holiday mode for like 3 weeks now. I reorganised my wall, started putting them in order, so I'm missing a few, but one starts down here, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc, etc, and then all my random ones are up there. So a few missing, but I'll find them somewhere. We get quite a lot of them in the second-hand lots, so I keep working my way through. But yeah, so I'll go to the pools, do that, get the shopping, and then figure out what else Tony's got for me today.
Alrighty, Thursday morning. Last night we had our very first scammer type thing. We're at the moment running a promotion on our social media platforms to give away one of the Jack and the Beanstalk sets, as well as one of the, I can't remember what it is. There's 2 of them down there. Hansel and Gretel sets. So one of each of those, and haven't had anyone sort of imitate us before or anything like that. I really don't see what's the point and doing all of that sort of thing, but I know that there are people out there that do that, so what they were doing was they changed their profile picture and their cover photo and stuff like that on their profile, and they changed their username to Build a Brick. It was without any spaces, and we're Build a Brick with spaces in between each of the words. So that's how they were able to do that. And essentially they were sending friend requests to people on our page, and also sending messages and stuff like that, saying they'd won something. And obviously right now we have a promotion, so it's not very good. So we put a post on our social media page. We were alerted by a couple of our followers, which was really, really good. So real big thank you to them, because don't know how far things go when you're not watching. So that's a bit annoying. I've messaged them. I wasn't very polite about it, to be fair. And I was like, pretty much piss off. We've built this business for 4 years, and to have someone come in and pretend to be you is a real annoyance, to be fair. Probably putting it politely. Also, I've reported them to Facebook. Philippa's done the same. Really funny, they friend requested Philippa, which was so stupid. They also friend requested my mum, and my mum rang me at like 9 o'clock at night saying, "Hey, is this right?" And I was like, "No, mum, it's not. No, that's not me." One eye-opening thing to tell these things apart is business Facebook pages can't friend request. They're a business Facebook page, so already I know that from having a business Facebook page, but obviously some people don't, and they're not aware of that, and that's the unfortunate thing about scammers. So I really hope they don't get away with doing anything to anyone and someone losing out on something, because that'd be a real kick in the nuts. But yeah, that was our first experience with that, and hopefully we're getting to the point where it's resolved, and that'll be the end of them. But anyway, Day morning, we have our shipping out. As much as I said yesterday that it's probably going to be quiet for the rest of the week, we actually had a decent amount of sales. This isn't all of our sales. We've sold a number of monthly boxes as well, and having the competition live and interacting with people, and it's been really good. So all of these are due to go out today. A good size Bricklink order. It was about $50 odd. A couple of Ninjago minifigures there. These are just about the last of those city minifigures. They've gone really good. So recommend this sort of thing if you're trying to build up your stock base on Trade Me, or on the likes of eBay or something. Those generic ones seem to sell alright. A couple of these minifigures, and a couple of knights that are going out that were paid for during the day yesterday, so they'll be going out in this morning's one. Also, I put this up here. I can't remember what set I got it from, but it was from one of my used sets that I put into stock, and it's worth about $3 something, and it was sold pretty much straight away. So someone must have had it on their wanted list, which is pretty cool, because instant sales is always the best. But yeah, so that's all of that. I'm going to be I've got a number of sets that I'm going to be putting into stock in the course of the next couple of days. Hopefully I'm going to get these done. These ones down here, they've been sitting around for a while. Scraping the bottom of the barrel a little bit with stock to just keep putting it in, because we keep selling it. And on average, I think I need to be increasing our store size by about 2,500-3,000 pieces a week in order to meet the goal I want to meet by the end of the year. So yeah, it's it's always good having sales, but yeah, to get my goals, I just need to keep pushing it in. So yeah, I'll be putting those in because I've been sitting there for a while anyway. And also there's a little Ninjago set that's probably only about 40 or 50 pieces that I got in a used lot. It was a sealed set. I never understand that too. The Ninjago, well, they're just the used sets, new sets that come in used lots, like it's happened a couple of times as well where they've had the packaging, like the clear packaging, has been unopened, unused, So I, as soon as I see that, once I identify what it is, well, I can then go ahead and put that in the Bricklink store as new because it's been never opened. I just have a quick check of it, obviously, to see that nothing's damaged or anything like that, because I don't know the history of it, but it's definitely in a sealed set and it's definitely what it's meant to be. And it's not the first time it's happened, but this is an entire set. It's only a little set, but it's an entire set that hasn't been opened. So I'm going to open that probably today and push that in the Bricklink store and sell the minifigures on Trade Me and all the rest of it and keep adding. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing. But yeah, so you probably see a little bit of that. This morning we're going to go to the pools with Pip and my youngest son. Just keep getting out and about. But yeah, so Pip will come in here and package up this stuff and and yeah, we'll carry on. Alrighty. Thursday afternoon, I'm in the garage. I decided to sort of set my phone up so it doesn't look like I'm holding it right to my face all the time. So I'm sitting down at the workstation with this set here. So I got this set, probably about 82 pieces. That was out of a used lot. I went into it this morning. For me, I'll put anything into the store. I had to double check over the parts. The box was all in mint condition. It was all sealed up. All the bags were sealed. So there's no reason for me to treat this as used Lego. This is all new. So I've gone and parted it out. Only 80 pieces, but selling it for $14 really doesn't do it justice when I think all the parts total are worth 38 that's come up. So I'm just about to whack that in. I just wanted to go into details about what a couple of the goals that we're trying to achieve this year and how we aim to achieve them, and the process that I'm going to go into in achieving them. And that's by the end of the year, I want to have at least doubled the size of the store. It's more than double the goals that I've got from where we currently are. So at the moment we sit at about 250 different listings on Trade Me. At the end of this year I want to have about 1,000 a week that are listed. This is just scaling what we've been doing. We've figured out processes that are working really well. There's no reason for us to take our time with things. We can definitely be numerically working out how we're going to go get there. And for me, easy figures, I sort of worked out 50 weeks in the year. There's 52, I know, but 50 would be a better way to do things, because you're going to have a week here or there that's going to smash you and just make things, it's just not going to work. So for me, I worked everything out by 50 weeks in the year, 15 new listings on top of relisting things that have sold. So if we sell out of something, I've got to make a new listing of something else. Some of our listings, when we sell them like minifigures, we've got 10 of them or 5 of them, so they can hold their own for a little bit. But at the end of every week, I'm going to have sort of a tally of where I want to have achieved by the end of that week. So for example, this week I want to have achieved up to 265 listings, and next week it'll be 280, and so on and so forth until we get there, and just keep raising that bar by 15 every week, and hoping by the end of Sunday we're sitting there or roundabout there, depending on if we just got swamped by sales over the weekend or not. So that's how I feel about Trade Me and where I want to be with that. Main reason is 250 listings is good, but Trade Me has probably been our biggest source of income, and the more we list, minifigures wise, our bags wise, accessories, the more we list, the more we have people going, oh, that looks cool, that looks cool, that looks cool, and we get multiple purchases. So there's no reason to just list 1 or 2 things or keep tracking like we have been. I think Trade Me sort of didn't grow much in the last 6 months of last year. It sort of just stayed around 250. That's due to the fact we sell through pretty damn good. So it'll be a push to get that one up. So that'll be a bit of work. In terms of our Bricklink store, I'm wanting to get up to 250k, $250,000 by the end of this year, and that's going to be a big one to achieve. Breaking down the numbers, currently at the start of this week, we were at about 95,000. I've gone ahead and smashed out a whole lot of I got the Harry Potter sets in, and I've been getting used sets in, which has been good. It's been growing it good. I think we're at about 99,000. Once I hit this, 80 pieces probably isn't going to matter too much to the total. But I'm going on the process that every set matters. Keep putting them in. Obviously, work smarter where I can. When I'm looking at a set that is new, I'll see if I can buy a few more, get more done at the same time. But at the moment, we've got a lot of stuff sitting around, used and new, that just needs to keep putting in, and it's a little bit of tedious work, but it is what I'm just going to keep trudging through with. I imagine that scaling up, we've noticed that we've got quite a lot of smaller drawers, and our bigger drawers are running out. So that's due to the fact that when we get these sets in, we get a few of them, and all plus our existing parts, when they start combining, they start adding up. So I think the wall behind me, directly behind me, is the start of Y. That is the letter Y. That's our 25th line in the new. The rest of the wall, I'm thinking I'm going to have Z, and then I think the rest of the last 4 rows of that wall, I'm probably going to have large bins, because we've ran out of letters, which is something I didn't think would happen when I started off doing them, and B, just the quantities are starting to add up. We've got a lot of these drawers, and we've got no drawers of the big ones, so I think that's how I'm going to combat that. So breaking down those numbers, we're going to need about 3,100 parts times 50 equates to the magical number of 250,000. It's one of those things as well. It's going to fluctuate. I don't think that every single week we're going to hit the target at the end of the week, but we're really going to try for it. And it's just about moving that bar continuously up. So at the end of this week, I'd imagine I want 98,100 parts. We did break the 100,000 parts last year, which was something that was a big milestone for me. But then we sold about 10,000 pieces in a weekend, and out they went. So it sort of made it a bit more difficult to come back from, and we haven't quite got to the 100 again. So I'm going to break the elephant down to bite-sized chunks, if you will. And that's how I'm going to combat the year. I'm going to have a list of every single week in the year. I'm not going to plan for the weeks off. If I hit these goals at the start of December, I'll have considered, well, that's cool. That's my year. I did well. I don't know how other people go about trying to achieve their goals, or whether that matters to them. I'm a numbers person, so numbers they don't tell a lie. They clearly show what's going on, and that's where I want to be. And we've done well to get to where we are now. We've nailed those processes in place, and now it's just about scaling it right up. And I imagine by the end of this year, we'll have outgrown the garage. So we'll probably be looking for the next adventure on where this lands. But for now, I'm just going to keep slamming the stock in the store and getting there. But yeah, so I'm going to put the set in, and then I'm going to move on to the next used set that I've got. I've got a few minifigures to get into as well, to put that up. But those are my store size goals. I've got a couple of other goals on the social media and stuff like that front. I haven't really got a goal for my Facebook, for the business. We reached, I think we're nearly at 2,500 people liking the page. And one of the things we did with that was the way we grew was we held a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. I don't know, and it's hard to distinguish if that's quantifying into sales, which is what really matters. I think at the end of the day, I think having a social media platform to have conversations and stuff with people is great, but I don't think... I think I maybe need to rethink how I use it, how I utilize it to generate customers. That's not to say that it doesn't actually get interaction from people that are customers. It's been really good to communicate with our customers, but probably a lot of the people that are on there may not have even purchased from us at all once. And I'd say that's probably a large chunk. They were just in it for liking the page, subscribing, or whatnot else, to be in to win whatever was going at the time. And that's cool. That was the design, to grow it. The idea in my head was to grow it for a purpose. So I haven't really got too much goals in the way of Facebook. We have just got an Instagram up, and I've linked the two. So now people that are on different platforms, because I know some people use Instagram, some people use Facebook, some people use both or neither. I've got an Instagram, and now I've got something called Business Suite, Facebook Business Suite or something like that, where you can put one post and it goes to both platforms, which is really good. Because at the moment we're running competition, and we went from having about 7 people liking or following our page on Instagram to it's probably in the 30s or 40s now. So it's a good way to jump things up. But yeah, I think I'm going to be using the platform mainly to advertise sales and stuff like that, but more to have just a discussion or memes or what have you sort of pages there, and engage with the audience. I don't imagine it's actually going to do huge in bringing things in, but I guess you can't sleep on it either. You have to really have something going. I don't know of another Bricklink store in New Zealand that has a following of similar size to us, and it's not a competitive thing. It's just that's how we've chosen to grow the channel. I mean, it doesn't equate to sales. We're definitely not the biggest store, but yeah, we've got a very large following, which was good. But yeah, we're trying to utilize social media a bit more this year as well. So yeah, there's that. YouTube is a big one for me. Growing this channel is going to be a big press for me. For talking numbers, I'd hope that I'd have around 500 by the end of the year. I think that's going to be a big push. That's to times what we have now by 5, which is quite a lot. I don't think anything's outside of the realm of possibility, but I'd probably consider this year good. If I look back on this video, and we'll probably look back at the end of the year and go, all right, we had some goals, and this is where we went. So we'll probably do something like that at the end of the year. But yeah, 500 is probably a number where I want to be aiming for on YouTube. Yeah, I'll have considered people. I want to continue to improve the content, but I'll have considered that a good reflection of people watching and wanting to continue to watch the content and us on our journey as well. So yeah, that's probably where I want to be with those goals. Don't think there's anything more to add. Our monthly box, we always want to continue to improve, but I don't think we've got any sort of real goals onto where we want that to go. But yeah, that's what this year looks like for us, I think. So hold your hats. We'll see how we go. Could fall on its face, but yeah, that's what this year looks like for us. All right, so here we are, Thursday night. Still going. Ewok Attack is the next setup. So I printed out the instructions, the checklist, and as you can see, my scribbles all over it. They're really no good to me now. It was just a checklist at the time, something to refer back to. It took me about 10 minutes to go through the set. It was a nice small set. The set list, it has a total of 156 parts, 76 different items, nothing really major here. The reason why I didn't build this back up is the Ewoks are missing, which is a main piece of the set. But going through it and having it through here, there are a couple of pieces that actually were worth quite a bit. I think we have the dark brown 1x12, $4.61. That's only in it's in about 8 or 9 sets, but a lot of them are really expensive ones. So this is the cheapest one you can get it in. So that was a pretty good find. You don't really sort of I don't deep dive into these sorts of things, and only now I'm started to gain a little bit of appreciation into how much each individual piece is worth by going through this process. Yeah, I only managed to get this minifigure. That's one of the reasons why I didn't build this up. I priced him out at $10.99 because I put him with a minifigure, but he'll go into the stock room. Pip's probably taking the photo as we speak. But yeah, so 152 parts, nice and easy. That's all in. Yeah, so I've actually as well, I'm documenting, and I only just started with this lot, how much, I'm documenting a few things here, but how much it weighs, because I want to sort of compare how we usually sell it would be in a 250 gram bag. So hypothetically that'd be 250 grams, well 135 grams would be just over half the bag, and that would sell at $14.99. So I want to be seeing that putting these parts in is going to be at least equal to how much I'd be selling them through the other way as well, because I think I'm going to be going used lots that have structures in them that are pretty easy to identify what it is probably how I'll be parting them out. I'll be going, okay, well that's like I did this one, attack at the wither top. Of course I'm going to go and put it in as that, rather than I'm going to dismantle this and put it into colours. So that's sort of how I'm going to approach this way of doing things. That way I can keep things going through for the trade me, and bulking up that, but also improving the parts in the Bricklink Store. This here, I did this in the past and I don't really like it. It's a starting point. Basically, I'm going to have to double the size of this structure. I'm going to get another one, probably going about here, move them both along, before I start to really fully rearrange this whole garage. Ideas in my mind, I'm going to be going lengthways right across and utilising, probably putting another row next to that one and having the single row starting from the side of the door, covering up that window, and then having the aisle come in front of it, of the double-sided, so you sort of go down like a shopping trolley and down, and then you keep going, and then the used stuff will be on the other side of this, probably somewhere here. That's where I see it going long term. There's a lot of space in this garage still yet to be utilised. I think at the moment it's not being utilised to the best of the ability. This is where we started and that's how it went, but having a good think over the Christmas period has made me think, well, we could probably do things differently. You know, we did that way because it fitted inside the door, and that's what you do, you come in and you start there. Now it's sort of apparent that this is something we want to keep going and bolster up as much as possible. So yeah, ideas on the think tank and on the paper have been happening. So yeah, but anyway, back to this. I put this in. Don't really like that. At the moment I'm going with a rule of anything with more than 5 on the used parts is going to be going in its own drawer, a new drawer. There was nothing that was more than 5 that we didn't already have an existing drawer for this set, and that's the result. So when it comes to picking, when I've sold it, I know it's going to take more time. We're really going to have to ramp these up much like this, and I fear it's going to be the same sort of amount of drawers as well, to get the desired result of being able to pull out a drawer and going, okay, everything's at least organised in here, like we do the triple drawers, like that. That was a good pull. 3 in a drawer, but at least it's organised, or singles. But yeah, well, that's something to aim for. But yes, carrying on.
Alright guys, it's nearly 10 o'clock on Friday. Tony's having a whinge because I'm still on holiday mode and not fucking doing anything. I'm doing my shipping and I'm doing some monthly box stuff.
You're
participating. I'm participating. But yeah, I need to get off holiday mode and do some work. because he's been working really hard this last week, and I'm just not. We've got a whole bunch of Lego on the table still we need to sort, which apparently I could be doing.
I didn't say that.
So anyway, we're doing shipping. Already done some minifigures and a monthly box pets one. So the ones that we didn't sell in September, we've put them on Trade Me. Tony's just picking a couple of little Bricklink orders now. Is that it? Is that the Bricklink orders?
No, the big one for 100.
No, but is that the two separate small ones?
Yeah.
So there are small Bricklink orders. Woohoo! Big spender. That's cool. And then we've got one for $120 odd. So he's going to pick that now. And then I will book my courier and maybe find something to do.
Be good. Be nice, wouldn't it?
Or I might just sit down and watch some TV. No, I will find something to do today. Because it's Friday, you know, finish the week off strong. But yeah, so that's shipping basically. Hope everyone is having a good Friday out there. Right, so somewhere along the line, we have lost 10 of these, so there's only 90. So I have written a little note. We will, so I keep some coins on my desk. Give them a refund for the 10 that are missing. It's $2.30, but I've got $2.50 sitting there. And a little dot ticket as a sorry. And hope all is well. He ordered quite a lot of stuff, so I'll finish packing it up and send it off. But that is one. Yeah, it's just weird. 10 have gone missing. So, oh well. We'll figure it out somewhere along the line, I guess.
Alrighty, Friday afternoon. This may be the last act of the week for me, for the working week, for me to stop and get the vlog up, start the editing. The last set in this lot for us was the Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator. As you can see, there's the set there. It's got all the minifigures and stuff. This set here, we didn't have the minifigures for them. Again, this is one of the ones we had. A lot of the structures were there, hardly any minifigures, so this is what we did. And which was weird, was we had a few minifigures and the structures weren't there to other sets, so it was quite of a funny one. But yeah, so this is our last one for this lot that I'll be parting out. I think we've got a Pirate Attack of the Kraken or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. And that lot, that set, I'm going to finish off because there's only a couple of missing pieces. And in terms of weight and in terms of what's missing, it's definitely worth grabbing those couple of pieces. So I'm going to jump in and get this one ready to go into stock.